When I ask a woman on a clarity call why she's still in an environment that is everything from abusive, toxic, stuck, stagnant, she's being diminished, sidelined, everything. Why are you still there? The answers typically are because I have it pretty good. And I go, you just went through all of the problems and how it's emotionally and financially costing you. What's really going on here?
The best time to look for a job is when you have a job.
That's right.
Okay. You're in a toxic situation anyway.
Yeah.
So look for something else, up level your skills, understand how to interview, understand how to read the room, get your resume done, get your LinkedIn and all these things that we're doing. And then you're going to see the proof.
And you'll win in life by having your soul on fire. Welcome to the Soul Powered Revolution, the essential podcast for high-achieving professional women who are done playing small. I'm Coach Mo, ex-CEO, ex-COO, and creator of the Soul Powered Method that has transformed over 2,200 executive women's careers. Each week, we decode the strategies that actually work for women at the leadership level while keeping your soul intact. Because true power isn't about working harder. It's about leading from your soul. If you're ready to stop dimming your light and claim the success you deserve, you're in the right place. New episodes drop weekly. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and join the revolution of women leading from their soul power. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Coach Mo Faul here. I'm so happy to be sitting with my fellow coach, past CEO, executive coach, leadership coach, Stacey Citrin. Hello, Stacey.
Hi, Mo.
How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I love having conversations with you because you're doing such great coaching with our executives, with our leaders, and with the women in our 12-week Soul Power Career Coaching Program. So you're seeing all layers of landmines, pitfalls that professional women are making. And some of the mistakes are the same at different levels, but they have different risks. And today we're going to talk about what your blind spots are costing you. And knowing how we riff back and forth and have really complementary takes on these things, we're going to just bounce a couple of the key ideas back and forth. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Coach Mo Faul. I am the founder and the creator of the Soul Powered Career Coaching Program, where we take women on a fantastic soul powered journey back to themselves and then up level their career so they can have the life that they want and desire and deserve. You bring three things to the table, ladies: education, expertise, and experience. And if you're not where you want to be, you're not leveraging it in the right way. And it's not your fault. If you don't have experts to help you or to understand how to navigate to that higher level, we're here to help you. We're going to talk about this today. Stacey, some of the blind spots that we see in our clients are things that women learn as like they learn certain personality traits that keep them in their blind spots. And sometimes we're coaching women through their blind spots as a condition of how they've been socialized as young girls and women.
Yes.
Let's lay out some of the top things that we coach women on that are really blind spots. And when we say blind spots, we mean the things that you don't see or you don't think are there, and you're just operating as is. Stacey, what are some of the key blind spots that we're seeing?
Yeah, I also want to tack onto what you said. It's also our programming as we're growing up. You don't even know it's happening, and it's happening to you. So you're programmed to, women in general, not everyone, are programmed to avoid risk, where young males are programmed to go after the risk.
Yes. That's a huge difference in the workplace.
Yes.
Huge.
You see that, you come home from school, you got two siblings, male, female, a female comes home, little conflict with a friend. Oh, be nice. The boy comes home. It's all stand up for yourself. It's clearly a difference, and that follows through in your whole life and what you're doing, especially in the workplace when you have male females.
Mm-hmm.
So women, what I have found to be true is they avoid risk. They avoid
Mm-hmm.
having certain conversations that may be risky or may be
Yeah.
perceived differently.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe their male counterparts are not having that conversation, or maybe women are having the conversation, but under the radar in a separate meeting, not the big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
they avoid conversations that they feel are risky. They play it safe.
I want to talk about the pitfalls that happen in one's career when that is going on. But I also want to mention one of the things that we always make sure our clients get a taste of is asking for more. Because we're often working with our clients who receive an offer letter that is better compensation than they've ever received.
Mm-hmm.
And they are inclined to basically take it and run. Oh, this is great. This is awesome. And ladies, we're always going to teach you how to ask for more regardless. Let's talk about the risks that women typically are processing in the asking for more risk and why they don't do it. And then I want to go to one more other topic that's a pretty high level topic that happens all the time. Let's talk about that because you're coaching these women all the time on negotiation and asking for more in salary and offer letters. Why don't women ask for more?
It's fear. They're afraid, especially if it's a good offer. So they're afraid of losing that good offer.
So they think if
It's
they ask for more, they're going to retract the offer and say, never mind, we're not hiring you.
possibly, yes, or
Mm-hmm.
this is a great offer. It's more money than I'm making. So why should I ask for more?
Why ruffle the feathers?
Exactly. Because they already see it as a leap. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens is when you're negotiating coming in, that is the time you ask for more. That is the time for the negotiation. It's not 90 days later. It's not 6 months later. And frankly, it's generally speaking not the time of your review.
Right.
Maybe at a promotion time, yes. But going into an organization, that is the time to do that. And it doesn't, you would lose nothing by asking a question. It's really that simple.
Right.
If they tell you, I'm sorry, there's just no more in the budget, you've tried. And if
Right.
they say, maybe we could bring you a little bit higher in the range, wonderful. So you risk nothing by the ask.
I think so many women are conditioned to avoid failure, which is why they avoid risk avoidance. They don't want to fail because inside there's this deeply personal, if I fail, then there's something wrong with me. And if they ask for something and don't get it, they perceive that to be a personal failure. And all the women we've worked with, that's part of our coaching is helping them overcome whatever the depth of failure might mean for them and raising them up at the soul level so that they can overcome someone saying no. I mean, someone saying no is not a fatal wound. It's something
Right.
that can be totally moved on from. But I think women aren't accustomed to processing that because they take so few risks. And so if you ask for an extra 20,000 on an offer letter, and let's say they say no.
I'm
Now
sorry. That's the best I can
right.
offer you.
Now
But we're
you have
still excited about you coming on board.
exactly. Exactly. So the risk is minimal. Um I can't think of a situation where someone asked for an amount of money after an offer letter, which wasn't like piggish. Like we're not going to say, "Oh, ask for 100,000 more."
Hmm.
We're not going
Right.
to be piggish. We're going to be incremental and help you advocate for the best role at the best rate. And of course, every employer wants to get the best talent for the least amount of money. I mean, that's their game. So the chess
Yeah.
game on the other side of the board is we want to get you for the least possible. Although we have seen some companies go above the range to secure that applicant. We have seen that.
Hmm.
But if you're on this side saying, I want to get the most I can before I get in there, you're just at two opposite poles of the conversation. You're not enemies. You're not
Right.
hurting each other. You're having a conversation that is robust. And if you're at the director or above level and you can't ask for more, they're going to be a little bit disappointed that you don't bring that savvy with you, because chances are your job is going to require you to be able to push back and ask for more out of clients, vendors, peers, colleagues, team members, etc. And if you don't have that within you, they might be thinking, why didn't she ask for more? That's pretty strange. And some employers will offer a little bit less because they expect you to come and ask for
Yeah,
more.
waiting for the negotiation. And you
Yeah,
don't come in asking blind. You do your
right.
homework. What's
Sure.
the
Yeah,
industry paying? What area of the country am I in? How
yeah.
many FTEs are there? Right? So it's not just asking for the sake of asking, it's arming yourself with data,
Yes, yes. Data
right?
of the marketplace, of the industry, of your role, of the company. And
Exactly.
also, you want to make sure that you are visualizing and committing inside yourself to a number that's a leap for you. You want to be taking that leap. So it might feel a little bit scary. We've helped some of our executive leaders go towards salary levels and executive levels beyond what they really, really thought that they could do. And from some of these gals in our executive circle,
Hmm.
we got to help them really see what they bring to the table and really get bought in their own self.
Yeah, over and over. So I'm here to say this isn't one and done. You don't just learn how to do it and it's there. You got to continually work on yourself. You got
Right.
to continually practice standing in your power. You got to continually advocate for you. You have to
Mm-hmm.
continually know what the market is, understand your value proposition. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not one negotiation and you're done. And a lot of people think, oh, if I could just get that one job, I'm going to be happy. But no,
Right.
you
Right.
grow, you want more, you want to improve or do something different, and it comes again. And
Mm-hmm.
what I've also found to be true is when you get comfortable in that and get comfortable being uncomfortable in the ask, you get bolder and more confident in the workplace. And that pays off
Right.
in other ways as well, not just compensation. Being recognized, understanding how to talk about things,
Mm-hmm.
understanding the room, who are the players. So this one coaching we do on the salary ask plays out in many different places in
Yeah.
your career. It really
Yeah.
is a confidence builder. I have had clients tell me how they feel differently afterwards, how they look at their role, they look at themselves differently,
Mm-hmm.
and helps them in their personal life as well. But we're here to talk about careers.
Nothing like having a little extra horsepower at home as well, in order to navigate family issues, spousal issues, kid issues. I've
Hmm.
never met a mom who didn't want to be a more powerful, awesome mom. I've never met someone who didn't want to be a better daughter or sister. And oftentimes, as women in society, we are the ones that our family leans toward in order to pick up all the pieces. And if you don't have the integrity of your power, you're likely going to be walked on a little bit. We have a client, remember, we had a client who her dad was having some really, really big health challenges when she was in our workshop. And in the past, she wouldn't have asked for time off at her job because she would have been too afraid to leave suddenly. Even if her team was able to do it, she would have been afraid to leave. And
Yes.
when she was in our workshop, she gave herself a week to go and be with her mom and dad while her dad was hospitalized. And she felt like $1,000,000 being able to give herself that freedom and the integrity of her power of being able to be the daughter. Because you're in your job, you're not no longer a daughter. You're all the things sitting at that desk. And to me, that was one of the most powerful secondhand advantages of being in your power, when a woman can literally be who she wants to be for her aging parents. I know you know who I'm talking about. She later had multiple offers and chose an offer and in a role that she's pretty excited about.
Yeah. Yeah. But that story follows many different clients.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
and understanding your blind spots, which is I think how you opened this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Once you really understand them, it is life changing how you spot them faster,
Right.
and you try
Yeah.
not to fall in and get better, more successful at it
Yeah.
each time, not to fall back in your traps,
Yes.
because that's what they are,
Yes. And
programming and traps.
hey, let's take a pause for a moment and get real. If this is resonating with you, the way you get started in working with my team and I is by booking a career clarity call. It's the best hour of clarity you're going to have. Book that call today at mofall.com/talk. That's right. So we're talking about risk taking. We're talking about learning how to take on risk, take on the potential failure of asking for more, being able to live through that. Last night in our Soul Powered Leaders, one of our clients is in day 60 of a brand new job. This is the second job we've helped her achieve, and she's in a role that she feels like this is exactly the role her whole career has been waiting for. And the way she was talking about some of the challenges at work, there were negative words associated with how she was speaking about it. Busy, overwhelming, too much, I'm not sure. And there was language around negative interpretations of the self.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman has come really, really far from when we started working with her. And when I was able to bring to her attention how she's talking about her job is not who she now knows she is. There's like remnants of past language. And I was able to bring this to her attention, which again is a blind spot. It's a blind
Exactly.
spot how we talk about challenges. If we contextualize it in victim, martyr, why me, overwhelm, and we talk about our experiences that way, we are shrinking ourselves down with the use of negative language. And that's a big blind spot. It's a
Mm-hmm.
big blind spot to talk negatively about an exciting, stimulating, and challenging environment. Add some more to that, Stacey, because this is again one of the probably top things that we talk about is helping our clients use better language.
Yeah, up leveling language. And the cool part is when they are using the up leveled language, they know it and they love it, but they also know when they, again, fall back into
Yeah.
their upbringing, behaviors, programming of certain word choice.
Mm-hmm.
And in the workplace, I might add, some of that is your soft skills, and really understanding how to use that better is going to help you advance in your career.
Right. And when you say the word soft skills, I always get like a chill up my spine because, in many ways, and I want to talk about this blind spot, in many ways, what we consider to be soft skills are the exact skills that are necessary as women level up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider
Mm-hmm.
them to be soft. I consider them to be like this next success language. And so, even the use of that word to me is demeaning to the caliber of sophistication that's required in your
Right,
career.
but you were talking about up leveling
Yeah.
language.
Yes.
When
Yes.
you use that up leveling language in your career, you're showing up different. You're showing up as a leader. You're part
Mm-hmm.
of the group.
Yeah.
You're talking about it. So easy to fall back into your traps of certain verbiage as you would use, like the example you were giving on your call last night in your leadership group.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it takes practice,
Yes.
practice, practice. But the cool thing is when you know it, it's gold because
Mm-hmm.
you grab it faster.
Yes.
You can pivot quicker. You
Yes.
can step into who you really are
Yeah.
and be able to leave that part of you
Mm-hmm.
behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really cool. I love when we coach is coaching women, helping them out of their blind spots, helping them get clarity on what that is. It's never one thing. It's always several pieces. And when they start to get it and to put it into practice, it's just wonderful to see.
Yes. They're flying at a different level of altitude. Let's talk about one of the blind spots that gets women into deep trouble in their careers, and that is denial.
Again, I'm going to go back to safety. It's okay because I'm at this level. My job is protected, meaning I'm not in the spotlight. I flow under the radar. I'm just here to get work done.
It's the only job I can take off and go to the dentist.
I need what is the work-life balance. I'm here to tell you most jobs allow you to leave for the dentist, to get your kid at school, to go see a soccer game.
Yeah.
You know, that's how organizations operate today. Not all, most, but it's how you show up for that. You don't have to make a banner. I'm running out of the office today to go to my kid's softball game or a soccer game. You get your work done. Once you get your work done, you develop a relationship with your bosses and the people who sit to the right and left of you. It becomes who you are. It becomes part of your persona. You're not having this work life. You're doing that because you can get the job done and still have that work life. And I'm here to tell you, you could do it in a new job. You could do it in a higher job. Will it be different at the beginning? Sure. May at the beginning, maybe you have to work a little harder and not be able to run out when you want to. Yeah, but that's going to change once you understand your deliverables, understand your boss, make your boss look better, come in strong and bold and do what you have to do. It's going to be there again.
Right. Exactly. I've done thousands of our career clarity calls over the time I've had this coaching, thousands. And over again, when I ask a woman on a clarity call why she's still in an environment that is everything from abusive, toxic, stuck, stagnant, she's being diminished, sidelined, everything. Why are you still there? The answers typically are because I have it pretty good. And I go, you just went through all of the problems and how it's emotionally and financially costing you. What's really going on here? And there's a few answers to this, and I want you to elaborate on I'm going to put three on the table here. Number one, just as what we talked about. Well, I know all the players, and I can take care of my kids and juggle my life with this job, as if it's the only one on the planet Earth that she could do that with. Number two, she's deeply insecure that she won't be able to find a role equal or better. And number three, she's overwhelmed by what it might take to land a new job. And number four, she's overwhelmed by the possibility of up-leveling, thinking that she is likely to fail. So I'm going to stay in my little cave so I don't fail. And meanwhile, she's failing herself at the role that she's stuck in. Can you elaborate on some of those aspects of denial? Blind spots.
Sure, Mo. But a lot of what you're saying is how you do anything is how you do everything.
Ooh, yeah.
So, I know the players. That's like staying in a marriage that you're not totally thrilled with. Right. I know what I have. I don't know what I'm going to get. Right? Yep. Overwhelm. Right? That's being in your life, taking care of everything in the house, not sharing your responsibilities with your children, assigning them duties to take care of, and or your partner's significant other. So overwhelm.
Yep.
Right. Likely to fail, viewing if they leave any bad situation, that's considered failure. Right. And then you said another one, insecure in finding another role. Yes. Well, they shouldn't find another role. Stay in the role. Hire a coach. Get yourself another role. The best time to look for a job is when you have a job.
That's right.
Okay. You're in a toxic situation anyway. Yeah. So look for something else, up-level your skills, understand how to interview, understand how to read the room, get your resume done, get your LinkedIn and all these things that we're doing. And then you're going to see the proof, because you always want the proof, that there's other jobs out there.
Yes.
But if you don't do it, you don't know it.
Yeah.
It's that simple. If you
Yeah.
stay in your world,
Yeah.
you don't know there's anything else out there. Overwhelm, frankly, a lot of overwhelm is mindset. I'm not saying mindset just handles all the overwhelm, but one of the things we coach on is how to look at the overwhelm differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that there is overwhelm, it's how do you handle the overwhelm rather than it control you, you control it.
Yes, and to me that is the conclusion of blind spots. When you have too many blind spots, what's happening is that they are controlling your life. Your fears are controlling your life, your anxieties are controlling your life, your inability to believe in yourself, and possibly your inability to hire the right people to help you out of that. Like, we could stand underneath a roof that's caved in our house feeling, poor me, how am I going to ever get my roof fixed? Well, you call the roofer and you get things fixed. You don't be like, oh, I got to move out of my house, or, oh, I'll just stay in my bedroom because the roof isn't broken in my bedroom. You don't do that with a roof that's caved in. You deal with it because the
Yeah,
consequences
but
are.
you may take certain steps until the roofer can get
That's
there.
right.
You may
Put a
put a
tarp, put
bucket
the
under
bucket
there.
down.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So that's exactly
make
what I'm
do.
talking about. You got to take the steps. If you don't
Yes,
take the steps, then nothing changes.
right.
So
Exactly.
if you want to stay in the world you're in, which is overwhelmed, insecure, thinking you're going to fail. Oh, I know the players here, meaning I know what I have. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Yeah,
Then you're not moving on.
right.
And you're not growing. And if you don't move on and grow, you're
Yeah.
always going to stay there.
One of
And
the
frankly, Mo, staying in the same job for years and years and years, those days are over.
Yes, you're not judged by having job mobility.
And
Matter of
if
fact,
you are in the same job, you're probably being held down
yes,
or back, which
right.
that is a whole nother conversation.
It is. Maybe we'll do another podcast on that one. Um, I had a clarity call this week with a lovely woman who is now in our workshop. She's now a soul powered career client, and she's going to have a marvelous up level to her career. The interesting thing about that call, she started it with, I know that if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
right.
I knew right away that she was past her blind spots, that she had realized in an epiphany that if she doesn't do something, nothing's going to change. She's going to stay in the rickety rick of all the stuff that's holding her back. And this woman has a 40 to 50K jump in front of her that she's been sitting on for 8 years. So I'm really, really excited for her. And hey, if you're listening and you know who you are, welcome aboard and congratulations for your bold decision. This woman has 5 kids, so there's no excuse for you ladies to not put yourself first. She knows that if she does better in her career, she's going to do better as a mom. Those 5 kids are all tracking with her. What does it look like for a woman to be in a job? Does it look like depletion and exhaustion? Or does it look like power and excitement? And that's what all women deserve for themselves and for their family and their futures. You can't go backwards and redo 5 years ago or 1 year ago. You cannot redo that. All that you can do is do something now to advance yourself, to make your life and your career more enjoyable and more fruitful for yourself, however that might be defined by you. Look, we're not the only career coaches on the planet. God knows there's almost like been a 1,000-fold increase in the past 10 years since I've been doing this work. I will say this, leaning right in. The two of us are both ex C-suite executives. We've been around the block. We know what it takes to be successful. And when we use our soul powered method to help you feel awesome on the inside, it changes everything. The reason why you're not asking for more is because you don't feel worthy inside. So if we just taught you the negotiation techniques and didn't give you the better stuff inside, you wouldn't be successful with asking for more. So the combination of the inner work and the excellent outer strategy and all the things gives us a fantastic track record. Clients who love us, who send us screenshots of all their cool stuff all the time. Stacey, thanks for joining on this podcast episode of navigating your blind spots and what it's costing you. If you want to hear more about how we do what we do, visit mofaul.com/masterclass to see what our training is. If you're ready to book a call with one of our coaches, take action now. mofaul.com/talk. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Stacey.
You're welcome.
Everything that women face in the corporate world, in life actually, can be counterattacked, counteropposed by a woman's powerful internal sense of being. And I call that your soul power. I want to help more women understand their soul power, and I want to create a soul-powered revolution. This is Coach Mo, mofaul.com.